If you operate an OpenAI-compatible LLM API, MCP browser tooling, or cloud-hosted security automation, check exposure now. Today's lead issue is CVE 2026-63764 lmdeploy, rated critical by NVD at CVSS 9.3 under CVSS version 3.1. The practical risk is server-side request forgery. An exposed AI API may be tricked into reaching internal services or cloud metadata from inside your network. Patch, restrict egress, and protect metadata endpoints before assuming the service is only handling model requests. First, lmdeploy. NVD says the OpenAI-compatible API server has an unauthenticated SSRF weakness in the vision image fetch path when redirects are followed without rechecking the destination. This briefing will not include payloads, exploit commands, or attack chains. For defenders, the important point is that AI endpoints often sit in privileged places, near GPU workers, private model repositories, logs, vector databases, object storage credentials, and cloud identity metadata. A request that looks like image retrieval can become a network boundary problem. Immediate actions for lmdeploy are straightforward. Upgrade or apply the upstream fix when available from the project advisory path. Do not expose the API server directly to untrusted clients unless it is behind authentication, authorization, and rate limits. Add egress controls so model serving containers cannot reach link local metadata services or internal admin panels. Where cloud metadata access is required, enforce provider hardening such as session token requirements and least privilege instance roles. If the service was reachable publicly, rotate tokens available to that runtime and review outbound request logs. Second, CVE 2026-65057 affects mcp-webresearch version 0.1.7. NVD describes SSRF in the Visit Page tool, where URL validation checks the protocol but does not filter private or reserved IP ranges. The AI-specific concern is prompt injection. A page or task can influence an MCP browsing tool to visit locations the server can reach, and sensitive internal content may be returned into the model context. Treat browser tools connected to agents as real network clients, not harmless assistants. For MCP tools, put allow lists in front of browsing actions, block loopback, link local, private, and metadata ranges, and log every tool call with destination, user, and workspace. Run playwright or browser automation in a locked-down network segment with no default access to internal services. Keep cloud credentials out of the browser tool environment, and separate experimental agent sandboxes from production infrastructure. Third, CVE 2026-65057 in Keep is another critical SSRF-style issue, with NVD rating it 9.3. The reported risk is an unauthenticated healthcheck path that can cause back-end requests to attacker-chosen hosts. If you run Keep or similar observability and incident tools, remember they often have broad visibility into alerts, integrations, tickets, and cloud environments. Patch, require authentication for administrative health and provider checks, and restrict back-end egress. One developer tooling note, CVE 2026-16493 in ansible-core is high severity. NVD and Red Hat describe command execution risk when installing collections from crafted Git sources, requiring user interaction. Defenders should update ansible-core, avoid untrusted collection sources, and pin automation dependencies. The pattern across all 4 CVEs is clear: AI and automation tools are now high-value infrastructure. Inventory them, patch them, constrain network paths, and preserve logs that show who connected, what the tool fetched, and what changed afterward. Official source links are in the description.